Welcome, welcome everyone to Worldwide Sports and Entertainment. Multiple subjects will be discussed, debated, and reported on this channel. I am one of the team members here, King Kwando. The other team members are Blake the Reaper taking over, the Smart Busters, Jake Button, and a host of others. I'm here to talk to you about none other than my favourite sport, the sport of rugby, and the recently finished, anyway, the Steinlarger series between New Zealand All Blacks and England Rugby. Now, I'm going to talk about the 3 tests quickly, give my thoughts on them, give my reviews, and I will not be like the New Zealand rugby media and be a complete fucking retard about the rest of the world, basically. You won't hear these arrogant statements like, we're the nursery of world rugby, and, oh, people never expect a win coming out here. Yeah, I've got a brain up here, and eyes, and, you know, I can see shit. So, without further ado, let's rip right into this sumbitch. The first test match was in Auckland on the 7th of June, and the result was 20 points to 15 to the New Zealand All Blacks. Now, this game was scrappy. There was a lot of handling errors, very stop-start, a lot of line-outs, a lot of scrums. A lot of people said it was boring, but I enjoyed it because it was a good arm wrestle, and the English came out here. They were rubbished. This team was apparently no good, and we beat them by 5 points. Only 5 points, 1 try. So much for being rubbish. TV3. So that was a good game. Good way to start off the series. But the second game was even better. It was great. And this time the All Blacks meant business because they did kapo pango for the English side. And it's for the team. It's got nothing to do with the crowd. It's not a war dance. It's a challenge. Okay? Difference. And the Wallabies won't be seeing that challenge for a long time until they improve. But this video is not about the Wallabies. This is about England and New Zealand. So, England started off strong. They had Owen Farrell there. They had Chris Ashton there. They had Mike Brown was there for all 3 tests. They had a lot of their top players there for the second test, and it was a much, much better game, quality-wise. England looked great. Their backline was great. Their backline was fast. They came hard with their forward pack, hard and straight. They're big boys. They're athletic. They're offloading. This is shit that I've never seen this from England rugby before. Usually it's just punch up the middle with the forwards, kick the ball, kick it between the posts. But they didn't do that shit. They scored tries. And England got off to a good lead, but the All Blacks dug in deep. They went down deep. They dug deep, and they got the win. Tries to Julian Savea and Marnonu. Ben Smith, outstanding fullback for the All Blacks. Israel Dagg's work is cut out for him if he wishes to get his starting spot back, in my opinion. So the final score was 28-27 to New Zealand All Blacks. But make no mistake about it, that was a great game. I'd much rather watch that than a 40 or 33-0 hiding of France. You know, last year I went to see France and the All Blacks in Christchurch. I went to the game. It was pissing down with rain in the middle of June here, and it's fucking cold. That's the middle of our winter. I had the wind blowing the rain into my face the whole game, and France never turned up. They got a hiding 30-0. This is rugby. This is a competition. This is a contest, and that's all I ever wanted. Unfortunately, the third test... Well, actually, I'll talk about the first 2 tests. There was a few dodgy yellow cards. Alright, England got a couple of controversial yellow cards. There was some obstruction. But, you know, it is what it is. And we don't control the refs. Alright, we don't control them. So we had the final test in Hamilton. Once again, they did Kabao Pango, and it was epic. Gets my blood pumping, that shit. So we had a 36 points to 13 bitch slapping for England. Unfortunately, most of that happened in the first half. There was another controversial yellow card, but you know, the All Blacks, once they started going forward and playing clinically, I mean, Aaron Cruden is just an outstanding first 5/8. He is absolutely great. I wish he played for Canterbury, but he doesn't. The whole team is, you know, there's a few people in there I want to kind of move on. I think Manonu should move on. I think Kevin Mealamu needs to move on. I think Richie McCaw is looking like he might need to move on, but at the moment, he still looks pretty good. He won't be the same player he was in 2011 or 2010 or 2006. It's just not possible. I think Dan Carter needs to move on. But it was a freaking, you know, it was over in the first half. England came out. I thought they were going to roll over and get another 30 points put on them, but instead, England got a try in the second half, and they fought back. And, you know, we got a try right on full time. But that second half, that shows you how close it is. The gap's closing, the gap's closing. Look, the gap has never been that big. It really hasn't. It's always come down to handling errors and basic skills. And the All Blacks have always had the upper hand in that. So that's my brief overview of the Steinlarger June Internationals between the New Zealand All Blacks and England Rugby. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like rugby, sub to this channel, sub to me. Every time I do rugby on my personal channel, people get ass hit and thumb it down, but yeah, it's an interest of mine. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Go the mighty All Blacks, but got lucky in that second game. Alright, have a good one.